Skewb Works was created in 2023 to provide a modular and easy-to-use works management system to transform the way utilities and their supply chain deliver and carry out work. We wanted it to be easy to use, provide the right data at the right time, and provide great technology to make field teams more productive. We started with people first, capturing people data, qualifications and competencies, moving on to fleet, vehicles and plant management, followed by end-to-end job management with effective planning and scheduling. Our final modules is the store module, managing materials and purchase orders. Joining me today are Akeiba Stephens, Duncan Bosworth and Pratik Patel, where we go into a deep dive on Skewb Works. So Akeiba, let's start with a bit more of the technology. What's behind Skewb Works?
So the brilliant thing about Skewb Works is it's a modular product. You can really customise it based on your needs. We have lots of different options available. Different teams are going to have different things they need to focus on. So we've got, an option to cover a lot of that information. You're able to reach the information in one accessible place. The users can get job details at a really granular level. For example, there's certain things they could check, like the cost of the project or the vehicles used. Obviously, it's not limited to those. It depends on what you've selected as part of your product. And also, we have live updates and reporting. This is really important because you're able to see what other parts of the team or other parts of the business are doing at the same time as you are, rather than waiting for a specific set time period. And a really brilliant offshoot of that is that you can provide really updated and in-depth customer service on the back of this. If somebody's asking you for time or information, you don't have to wait or kind of give an estimate. You've got it there in one place.
Great, thank you. And Duncan, talk us through then what that means in terms of the utility side, the business side.
Yeah, so picking up on what Akeiba said, so having that centralised resource, having all your information in one place, building it around the people first, going into vehicles, emissions, stores, materials, logistics, having all of that in one place with the analytics that we've got, the scheduling functions we've got, as well as the field system that we've got in place as well. I think it just brings together the entire ecosystem in one place. Allows you to do reporting, allows you to reduce your admin, and just gives you a single view of the truth. Okay. And Pratik, we've not spoken about the kind of mobility side. Just talk to us about the benefits of having the mobile side of this Skewb Works.
Yeah, thank you, James. Well, mobilisation is brilliant. Like, all of us use mobile phones every day in all our lives. It's just kind of part of our fabric, isn't it, anymore? But increasingly, people have got used to working from mobiles or digital devices. So the main real benefits are people have all the information in the palm of their hands. It makes it easy to use and really simple. And most field teams, especially utilities, have been using pen and paper, pads and spreadsheets for such a long time. Now suddenly they've gone from, paper straight to digitalisation. So mobilisation has connected the back office to the front office really smoothly. And it allows for things like speed of delivery, things to be done really quickly. And the people in the back office and management team have all the information they have straight from the field. And those benefits are only realised as a result of digital. Some of the other things also, James, and what you touched on here around is mobile gives you kind of what we call offline. So, we're all used to be out and connected, 3G, 4G, even 5G now, and we're used to being connected. But the great thing about Skewb Mobile is that even for Skewb Works, it's offline. So if you go to an area where connectivity is slightly patchy, or you're just in an area where reception drops, you have a black spot when you're driving, right? You can still work offline, which is brilliant. So the field teams can do their work, capture information, send it back to the back office, and just the back office having those real-time pictures or videos makes it great. So it's a great thing having mobilisation for field teams.
Okay, and then Duncan, just in terms of how that mobile is used in the field then, how does that help, field teams become more productive in terms of their day-to-day work that they're doing?
So, of course, going back to what Pratik said, so paper-based worksheets, people out in the field filling it with pens and sending it back into the office when they pass back through. So having that mobile element, having that real-time information there for you, including images. So for things like your site safety, site setups, you'll have the images for that so you can see those in real time. So yeah, really just being able to see things on the ground as they're happening, and having that back and forth transfer of information, knowing you've got the right people on the ground with the right skills doing the right job. With the mobile side of it as well, obviously simplifying the user interface for that, so making it as simple as possible for the end user in the field. At the end of the day, you've got to remember, these guys aren't in an office, they're not using a computer, they're out in the field, they want something simple, easy to use. They can just smash the information in, get back to the next job.
Cool, thanks. I think it'd be great to maybe just talk about some of the modules of Skewb Works in a little bit more detail. So we talked about mobile there, but just in terms of the back office applications that Skewb Works provides, we've got a number of modules in there which I referenced earlier. So HR module, plant, vehicle, stores management, and obviously the job management module. It'd be great, Pratik, if you maybe just take us through some of those modules in a bit more detail.
Yes, yeah, great. I mean, I suppose let's start with HR. I suppose with the field teams, it's always important the back office know who they are, what they do, what kind of qualifications have, if we can drive a HD vehicle or a forklift. So that HR module allows you to capture basic information, just so it's name, username, address and stuff, but also what they have that allows them to do the job properly. So the HR module captures all of that and then enables that to be part of the job. So if they've got a specific qualification, they can actually say, right, if that job requires type 1 gas license, we can assign that job to them. So the HR covers those kind of really cool things like that. Moving on from that, once the jobs are assigned, we actually have a scheduling component. So it allows you to kind of schedule the right job to the right field teams, again with the qualifications, with the right skills. So all those things are put together really neatly in the scheduling part with the job management. And we have some other cool things like vehicles and stores, as you mentioned. So vehicles allow you, again, so all the modules kind of join everything nicely together. So vehicles let you see like type of grab lorry, type of tipper, type of hotbox, what kind of space it's in, what kind of settings it has, and should a person be able to use it or not. For vehicle management, also, we have a vehicle service schedule. So if the fleet manager or the yard manager is just checking things through, what the vehicles actually is, log them, check if any problems or defects are for them, and actually then be able to service them in the workshop or outsource it to a third-party contractor. So there's lots of cool things that the vehicle management do. And then I suppose one of the things, Akeiba, you touched upon was around the module for reporting. So all that great data we capture from mobile, having the back office, is great having the data there, but actually you can't report on it in a sensible way which is usable, especially for management team operations. That reporting module allows you to then see what's happening in real time and make intelligent decisions. And that's the real beauty of Skewb Works. So those modules, as you mentioned, Akeiba, are separate in terms of you could take them and configure them, but when they come together, all that data is data rich and allows you to kind of join them and report really effectively.
Cool. And Duncan, how does that relate then to some of the other product sets that Skewb do? So, works management is a big part of obviously Skewb Works, but we're broader across utilities. So how have we considered that when we're building these products?
Yeah, cool. So you've got Skewb Works, which is effectively your backbone. So it's your works management, it's the engine that runs it all. Sitting outside that, you've got things like Opus that looks after your permit management. You've got Opus Workbench that will create your permits for you. So that all sits in the same ecosystem. So you've got your full end-to-end permit management there. Going on to the other side of that, really up front, there's Novus around leakage. So automatically identifying a leak in a location, potentially raising a job for it, getting a technician out there, all of that without anyone actually having to do anything. It's just with machine learning and the way that it's been built and the way it's been configured, the way it all links together just really gives you a good solid picture of what's happening out in the field.
Oh, thanks very much. So Akeiba, then tell us how that works from a technical perspective. A lot of our customers have kind of big enterprise systems already, and you referenced some of the things we mentioned earlier. How does that work from a technical perspective?
I think the important thing is that it's modular. You don't have to fit to the system that we already have. We're going to make the system fit to you. We've got the options to do that. A really key point about that, technically speaking, is that we have open APIs, which really allow us to connect to different client enterprise systems and the information they have or will share with us or vice versa. So we do leave it very open and we can work with what exists rather than what we think should exist as part of your business.
Okay, cool. And I think, that's really important in terms of those, those bigger enterprise systems is again, not trying to replace those necessarily, but more embellish them with additional information, making sure your operational efficiency is right from, the inception of a job all the way through. So being able to measure each of those processes along the way is really important. You're a software engineer on the team doing Skewb Works. How are you finding working with the product?
I've really, really enjoyed it. It's the first large scale project that I've been able to work on, and it's been so interesting to see all the facets and details and how we respond in real time to client feedback, and we, find a problem and we can update and move with expectations. We have different expectations to a person who, like we said before, is out in the field doing a job. I think it's been really interesting to understand it more from a client side. Obviously, you always have the client in mind in a project, but it's good to see something that most of us in our department are desk-based. We're not out roaming, doing things, doing physical tasks. So it gives you that good vision of how to think if you weren't doing your own job, which has been quite interesting, because normally you do think about your own job, but you've got to take in mind different careers that you'll probably never have and make it work in a way that aligns with your own job.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And Pratik, just give us a bit of flavour of, in terms of what clients are saying around Skewb Works and what it's making a difference for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you guys know, we have some large utilities clients in our portfolio, which is brilliant for us. And they're really embracing the technology, both back office desktop for Skewb Works and also for mobile. And recently, one of our utilities customers who we put live a couple of months ago had a large field force, and they actually had gone from a very old system to a new mobile system, but much more user-friendly and easy to use. And then it took a little while, let's be honest about this, because change is different, and going from one technology to another is a bit of a change. However, in the last few months, as they've taken it on board, they've got used to using it, they find it much more user-friendly. And as Akeiba said, we do rapid updates, so we always keep up to date with the most recent updates and features. And their feedback is it actually is now finally making a big difference to them in the field. So they can see information, they can capture information, send it back quickly. And also some kind of cool things which we do in the mobile app is just make capturing information really easy through a small workflow. And it kind of guides them through those steps. So they don't have to think about what do I enter here, what do I enter here. They just enter things very comfortably and send it right back. So their feedback's been really great. And the more they use it, they've adopted it. And the best part of this is they give us feedback and say, actually, it would be great if you could do this in our mobile app. So we've taken some of those feedback on board and improved the application.
Cool, thank you.
So James, you've been with Skewb Works since its inception. How do you see it growing and evolving in the future from this point onwards?
Yeah, no, it's been really good working on, such a transformative product for the industry. And I think one of the things that's come out certainly from a technology perspective is AI, and it's an acronym that's thrown around in the product world quite freely at the moment. And I think what's really important is that we apply it to the right use cases. So, we've got an amazing opportunity with Skewb Works specifically in the field, and the data we're capturing through Skewb Works for things like automated risk assessments, measuring the size of holes from a picture, whether it's using your iPhone or tablet device, being able to automate as much of that field activity or that digital data capture activity, if you like, in the field, to allow your teams to effectively be more efficient, more productive, and to do what they want to do. Right? They would much rather. We've been out with them. They would much rather get their shoes dirty, jump in a hole, fix a leak, fill a hole, reinstate, all that kind of really good stuff. So we're definitely looking at things like video technology, automated kind of picture recognition of spoil, of holes, sizes, and so on. And then I think in terms of the back office, it's really around understanding the data, how efficient the teams are being, all the way down to a job level. So, getting to that, how much does a job cost me as an organisation, and where are my efficiencies, where are my bottlenecks, where can I make improvements? And I think it's around working with our clients and customers to help them achieve that. So that certainly for me is exciting, because some of this stuff's cutting edge of technology, but it's applied in the right way rather than broad brush, if you like. So it'd be great to kind of get Duncan, your opinion in terms of how that might help field teams, utilities, customers in the future.
Yeah, I think it's, again, if you're looking at the Works product specifically, you're looking at predictive analytics potentially, identifying stresses on pipes or where a potential leak may occur or burst or gas escape. So I think having that sort of predictive ability in there is going to be great. Build that into the Novus product as well, where you've got all of the mapping built into there as well. I think going on the machine learning route, having the ability to just scan a site and see whether it's compliant, see whether it's safe, can an elderly person cross the road at that point? Is it safe to do so? So just being able to build little things like that in that make the job safer, easier, quicker, and you're actually getting the guys looking at what they need to be looking at rather than all of the admin that sits around it.
Yeah, no, I really love those 3 points, because I think one of the big things that have come out of this around compliance, and you mentioned safer there, and I think when we look across all of our product set, we consider safety as part of it, and part of the vehicle module of Skewb Works is the vehicle check. So I can't remember how many point questions there are in there, but there's enough to make sure that you're doing the right assessment on your vehicle, it's enforced, pictures are captured, the full defect process there. So it's all part of it, the risk assessment questions that we ask before they start their job, and those kind of things. So I think that I love those three buzzwords you came up with there. Pratik, so, in terms of Skewb Works and, the immediate future, what does that look like?
Exciting. It is exciting. I think the great part of mobile, which we're all fortunate for, is that we are always innovating, which is brilliant for mobile, but also we have the benefit of the large manufacturers who run the operating systems always innovating with their devices, so we can take advantage of things like, LiDAR, as you explained, it's coming on to look at images and look at videos and intelligently bring things forward. So I think I find that kind of area really exciting for us, and it would help the product base really evolve as time goes by. The other thing I think also is, depending on which technology we choose, we could always look at things like mixed reality or augmented reality, where we can offset, exactly what we said, Duncan, where people can go on site with their devices, look at an area, like you said about looking at spoils, but maybe overlay the information onto there so they can see on their device straight away, or even through maybe in the future like glasses or something, what else they could do. All that information is rich information which can then pass back to the back office in real time. So I find that area of mobilisation really exciting for us, so that'd be brilliant.
No, really good. And again, thank you to all of you for your time today and the great discussion on Skewb Works. And if you'd like to know more, then please get in touch with us.